Hello everybody, I'm Sampy and welcome back to more Metroid Other M. In the last episode we made it to the entrance of Sector 1 and well, we'll be diving further on in. So, before we get started though, I just want to have a look at a couple of the things we can do on the pause screen. So, we have the status menu. This is kind of a thing that seems to be in most Metroid games, where you can just kind of look at what abilities you have. It tells you how many like missiles you've collected and energy parts and that kind of thing. It's nice to know there's not really too much on here that we don't already know at the moment, so we'll just leave it for now. Then we have the character screen. Again, to be honest, there's not really a lot to be gained from looking at this right now. Maybe I should have looked at these later. It gives you sort of the names and little pictures of all the characters in the game. At the moment, that's literally just the Galactic Federation team. And it gives you a tiny bit of information. That's about it. To be perfectly honest, there's not really that much to be gained from looking at this at any point through the game. Maybe a little bit towards the end, there's a bit of information you get from it, but apart from that, it's kind of whatever. And then we have the story one, which is actually quite helpful. If you haven't played the game in a little while, maybe you've just forgotten what you were doing, it gives you a little bit of a recap as to what you were doing. So it tells us that we beat Brugmas, that was way back in the first episode. Everybody splits up to explore the bottle ship, and then we're investigating Sector 1, that's about it. Although you haven't seen it because I've been cutting it out, it also shows you this automatically every time you start up the game again, so that's kind of nice. And then we just have the map, which we'll be exploring. So our next target is this little flashing orangey square over here, which is just a navigation booth, and we have a few big rooms to make our way through. So let's get going, I guess. Let's head on to the right and see what awaits us in Sector 1. Skinny corridor to run through. That's fun. Okay, so I've got quite a lot of these little bugs and stuff in here that we can kind of shoot and take out. If you want, you could probably just run straight through this room, to be fair. There's not really much desperate need to take this out, but I'm just kind of doing it because that's just a thing I like to do. I like to take out everything. And to be honest, once I get later in the game, I'll probably stop doing that so much because it just kind of holds you up and wastes a bit of time. But I don't know, I feel like if I'm not defeating every enemy I come across, then... Oh, hello, that was kind of close, he was about to dive on me. If I'm not defeating every enemy I come across, I'm doing it wrong or something, I don't know. It's probably actually a good idea to get rid of that one there, because when we come up here, the door we need to go through is covered up by these, all these vines, and it takes a second to just stand here and sort of blow it up, so it's just worth getting rid of the enemies before you have to stop there. Anyway, enter this big room, and, uh-oh, the door's locked. What's going on? Oh shit! A big purple chameleon thing has grabbed me. I don't know... Ow, that actually does damage. I don't know if you can actually dodge that using the sense move, sort of in advance. But anyway, these guys are called Galmanians, I think it is, or something, and they turn invisible, which is annoying, but if you're into first person mode, you can still lock onto them, so that's nice, and if you shoot them with a missile, they usually reappear. Oh, Jesus, okay. And then you can just concentrate on doing the old sense move and shoot business. Oh, hello! I didn't realise they could teleport. Okay, can we do overblasts? We can. Ah, there we go, that's one of them gone. Okay, there was a second one in here. I don't know what he's been doing while we've been fighting that one. There he is. He's just having a watch. Alright, so let's take the next guy out as well. Okay, good. Just concentrate on sense moving. Where's he gone? Cheeky bugger, teleporting about. Ow! I got licked. Okay, take that. Can we go for an overblast? No, we can't. Okay, where is he? Oh, Jesus, he's got me. Wait, no, what? What did I just do? I've never seen that before. That was odd. Anyway, that's them gone. I was trying to go for it to do a sense move, and I thought he'd got me, but I ended up flinging around by his tail. That was kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. What we got in here? I think there's a couple of nests in here. With the Rios in that will come out and attack you, which are just getting in the way of my missiles here. I think there's actually one. Yep, there was one behind us that we ran past. I'm not going to go back now, despite what I said earlier, so let's carry on. Right, another big room. There are actually, I think there's about 3 or 4 ways in and out of this room, including the one that we just came in. The one we want is actually at the top. If we go down there, we get attacked by, what are they called? Gemas? I forgot what they were called. I think Gemas. So let's head on up this big twisty pathway. Just be careful for these guys, because they will try and eat you. So we'll just take those out just because we can. Oh, he takes a lot of shots. Okay. You can probably just jump over them, to be fair, and just keep going, which is what I'll do now because this is quite a climb. So let's keep going up. If they do grab hold of you, the best way to get away from them is to go into morph ball mode and drop a couple of bombs, as if you were trying to escape from a Metroid. And that'll blow them up, sort of in one go, and escape as well, so... Just, oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot all these enemies over here. Okay, let's try and take out these guys. Okay, good, and then we're going to take out the nest as well, because we've got another door that we need to uncover. And we don't want to be disturbed while we're doing that, so, okay. I think that's everybody. Okay. And then let's blow up this wall as well. Kaboom! Excellent. And we're running low on missiles, so we'll just concentrate, think really hard, and we'll get them back. And there we go, we've already made it to our first target. We're back at the, we're at the next navigation room that we were supposed to go to. Now that we've made it here, it will uncover a little bit more of the map and tell us where we go next, which is basically just keep going the way you're going. So that's nice. Let's continue on. There's a bunch of enemies in here. I'm actually going to run past these because sometimes I can find these kind of troublesome. So let's just ignore those guys. Okay, and then we've got more plants, which will try and eat us. Unfortunately, Samus doesn't seem to want to shoot them if they haven't kind of moved yet. If they just look like sort of plants that are minding their own business, Samus won't really lock onto them when you're shooting, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. Anyway, let's go down this slope and we'll just ignore them for now. I can't seem to turn. Okay, here we go. Avoid the spikes. Ow. Not the best job I've ever done. Okay, and I think once we've get rid of a few of these guys and walk up the room a little bit, we have a new enemy. Yes, here we go. These roly-poly fools are called Griptions or something like that. They roll about all over the place, and they're pretty angry, so you really need to get your sense move on. Hit them with a few charge shots. I think if you can get an overblast in, oh, that's a pain. Okay, let's run up here where there's a bit more room. Okay. Where is he? Where's he gone? Is he coming? Oh, Jesus, yes, he's coming. Okay. Let's just shoot him a few times. They tend to burrow underground like that and pop up underneath you. They're actually quite easy to dodge when they do that. Oh, there we go. Let's go for an overblast. You want to shoot, Samus? There we go. Okay. And then lethal strike. Boom, that's so satisfying. I really wish the lethal strike text would get off the screen every time that happens. Anyway, you beat the first one, another one appears. In fact, I think there's 3 in total. I think there we go, the next 2 appear at the same time. So let's just get rid of you. Lethal strike again, and the text still appears. I know how to do it at this point, game. I get that you're trying to be helpful, but please stop. It's very annoying. Alright. Oh, charge shots. What's he doing? That was odd. Wait. Wow, he died really quickly. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, this door up here is locked once those guys have been defeated, so we'll head up this way instead. To this door. This door is open. Ah, whoops, hello. Okay, so we have a bit of a sort of like glass tank here, which I think is supposed to have all these like enemies locked in for like observation or whatever. If you want, you can actually morph ball into it here through this little broken window, and we'll... Whoa, Jesus! And you can take out all the enemies that are in here. There's not really anything to be gained from that. However, having said that, the map has just revealed where the next missile expansion is that we're just about to get. And we'll get through the hole. And if we head through this hole up here... Oh, wait, hang on, before we go up there. This door over here, we can't get through. This has a super missile lock on it, which we can't break through. But we will be able to get through to the other side of that by going through this vent. Which happens to be where the missile expansion is. Did I explain that well? Probably not. Anyway, you can't avoid that one really, because you have to get that to get through here. And now, we are on the other side of that super missile door. So the super missile door doesn't really block us at the moment. We can just get through it by rolling through some little pipes. Okay. This room has nothing in it at the moment, actually, but we will be coming back in here shortly. Just the only thing to really take notice of is this tank in the middle is completely empty. Just remember that. It's empty. Okay? Empty tank in the middle of the room. Anyway, we'd head down... I say head down the stairs. We'll just jump down them and go over here. And I think at the end of this corridor there is an open room. Well, let's see what we've got in here.
The large cage-like booth looked like something had been raised in it. And in one corner was the miserable form of a researcher's corpse. This victim hadn't sustained the same injuries. The dead I'd seen had been torn apart by something large. This one had been attacked by a different type of creature. And as I studied the violence this creature had wrought, I felt something in the air, the presence of a dark intelligence.
Interesting. Also just discovered, apparently I turned the subtitles off. When did that happen? Anyway, there's not actually anything else to do in here. Once we've triggered that cutscene, we can just turn around and walk out again. So let's do that, and that locks the door. So we can't get in there again. That was interesting. So, that's basically the only reason we need to go in there, is to sort of trigger the story. So now we've done that, we can roll our way back into here, where this tank was. This empty tank, and wait a second! That tank is not empty anymore. There's a little guy floating in it. So, let's kill him. He was probably already dead, to be fair. Literally the only reason they put that in there is so there's something to target, so you can shoot it with a missile. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can drop into this hole, and wheel our way through this this long pipe here. Bing, and we're back out again. That's nice. So, I guess we got a missile expansion. We discovered that, yes, this place is still dangerous. So, let's head back down here. Oh good, one of these sections again. Okay, so forced into a first-person perspective. This one's not too bad. If you were kind of noticing there's some leaves over here that are wiggling about, so let's take a look at those.
Samus, proceed through the hatch I just unlocked. Your next destination is a little further ahead.
Alright, so we're going to continue up here. I love that little guy. He's so goofy and silly. He looks like a weird combination between, like, bird, like little chicken legs, and like a rabbit or something. Anyway, let's carry on up here. Not so goofy anymore. There's something really ominous about the way he stares at you there. Anyway, you probably guessed that little creature may just seem like a silly little thing, but it's actually going to be kind of important a little bit later on. We'll see more of him. Anyway, in the meantime, we've got a lot of enemies to kill, so why can't I jump? So let's jump, Samus, please. Thank you. Okay, let's get rid of you. You want to die? Okay. And then, oh, there's more of them up here. That's a pain. Let's just do it from the third person. It's easier that way. Okay. Whoa, what the hell, camera? Why did you just spin me around? That was really weird. Okay, oh my god, I'm just trying to get rid of these nests, just to make this room a little easier to deal with. Why are you shooting at the floor? What? Oh my god, now I've got to kill all these guys again. There's one on me. Get it off, get it off, get off, get off. Don't you dare. Okay, oh, I do not like bugs. Okay, now I can finally lock onto it and destroy it. Boom, okay, that's that one gone. And then we'll get rid of you guys. Yeah, okay, let's run up here and get rid of this nest as well. 2, 3 missiles. Excellent. Okay. And that reveals the location of a missile, which is a little bit further down the room. We'll go get that in a second. If we try heading on up here, though... Oh dear. What the hell? There's like an invisible wall. That's strange. And no matter what you do, you can't get past it. You can't shoot it. The map, though, does suggest, as you can see, that there is something further up here. So, how do I get past it? Well, we'll head down here. You may have just seen this little hole earlier with the... These sort of weird lights coming out. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be perfectly honest. Let's get a closer look. They look like little bugs with lights on the heads. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we can climb up here and morph ball our way through this tunnel. Ooh, and we dropped out on this little ledge over here. And if we walk over here, we'll notice this computer sort of reveals itself. Press a few buttons, and we reveal the wall. It's actually a big holographic room. Yeah, because obviously we're on a big ship. Pretty much most of the environments are like fake, but anyway, we'll see a lot more of that as we go through the game. Anyway, once we've done that, we can head up here and we can get that missile that the game was telling us about before. So that's nice. That's 20. Well, the 10th missile. That's 20 in total because we started 10. Anyway, now that we've unveiled this door, we can head up here. Just going to get rid of these gamers as we go down here. Boom. Okay, so there's a switch above this door. We lock onto it, charge up a shot, and give it a good old blast. Boom! It, like, kills everything in the room, I guess, if I hadn't already done it first, and it unlocks the door, so we can carry on. Okay. Now, we're outside, apparently. except we've just kind of discovered the hologram business, so we're not really outside. But it looks kind of cool. I think it's kind of like a nice way of like the game's all set on one ship, but at least it does have kind of like varied environments and stuff, which is nice. Anyway, if you kind of run around up there, you'll notice there's not really anywhere to go. There's like a big cliff that we can't get up. But you'll also notice that these flies are coming out from behind this waterfall, and there's a nest behind it. So let's blow that up. Get rid of these last guys that just popped out. Okay, and we'll run through the waterfall, and oh look, a tiny hole, a little secret. So let's morph ball our way through here. Roll in, roll in, roll in. Hop up here, and I think if we get to the end, we need to blow up a little bit of a rock. Which, whoops, there we go, that'll let us through. And, no, hello, jump, there we go. And we're up, we're free, excellent, okay. But we can't get any further, though, because, once again, this is all a big holograph. Is holograph a word? It's a holographic projection, that's what we'll go with. Big sleeping fella here, I think we'll just leave you alone for now. We want to be heading down here, and we're looking for another one of those weird computers. Here it is. That sort of disables the hologram. That's the word I was looking for, not holograph. Oh, the screen's on this side. Okay, let's stand here. Press a few buttons. And there we go. We're revealed to be inside again. And doing that pisses this guy off. Oh dear. This is the Dragotics, I think, or something like that. And we've also got some more side hoppers that appear. So we'll try and get rid of these quickly before the angry fella up there makes his way down here. Oh, hello. My eyes kind of lost what was going on for a second. I just realised I was stood right next to the side hopper. Anyway, okay. You don't actually have to beat this guy. What is he doing? You can... Basically, the idea is you're supposed to sort of wall jump up this shaft up here and go through the door up there. But he does like to get in the way. I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's just... we're going to have to do something because we can't get up there with him standing there. Let's just shoot a few missiles at him. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting. When I was practicing this, I actually died to that guy, so that was a bit underwhelming. Fortunately, we will see some more of those later on, so I'll probably have a proper fight with them at some point. Anyway, let's walk into here. There's a lot of Geemers on the ceiling. We'll just blow those up. And on the left here, it's kind of easy to miss this one, but there's actually a bunch of Geemers in this little hole. So if we can... A little bit awkward to get to some of them. I can maybe just drop a bomb there. No. As you can see, there's a missile expansion there, and I'm just trying to get rid of those. There we go. So we can, whoops, climb down here and collect it. Excellent. That's 21. And then I think that's, nope, never mind. I'm completely wrong. Not where I thought it was. So let's keep going on through here, this corridor. We'll actually take these out this time. These tend to, like, spin at you really angrily. Let's see if we can get one to do it, just to show you. Hello? You going to spin at? Yeah, there we go. And I sometimes find the timing for dodging those a little tricky. And they kind of slam into you with a fair bit of force. They're a bit of a pain, but they're not too bad. Fortunately, they don't take too many hits to get rid of, so you can usually just kind of stand there and mash the fire button and they're all gone. Die, 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 die. Right, now we've got another slope to go down, and hopefully we can avoid the spikes this time. Yay! Okay. And we've made it to the next navigation room we were supposed to go to, so let's save the game. Goody! Oh, and the game's going to tell us where we need to go next. Okay, now, we're supposed to go through here, but as you can see, this door is locked. Now, where on earth are we going to go next? Anyway, that's going to be enough for today. Thank you for watching, everybody. In the next episode, we will try and figure out where we could possibly go next. I don't know. So anyway, yes, I've been Slampy, and this was Metroid Other M. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.